We're here at the Players Theater with Michael Sgouros, the composer of the current show Treasure Island. Hi, Michael.
Good morning.
Michael, I saw the show the other day and I noticed that all of the instruments in the pit were percussion. And I was wondering, is there a reason why you decided to use all percussion instruments for the show?
Well, yeah, one of the interesting things about percussion is that percussion has a big range of sounds, and there's large instruments like drums and marimbas, which have very low sounds, timpani, and then very high instruments like triangles, hand percussion, and what that allows us to really bring out all different kinds of things in the show, and with a small number of players, because each percussionist can play a large number of instruments. So like where some other sections of orchestras, like the violins or the woodwinds, can only play like their one instrument. Sometimes woodwind players can play like maybe one or two instruments, kind of trading off. But percussionists can play, as many different instruments as they can set up around them, and you'll see that we probably use over 50 different instruments during the show, and that's with just 3 players playing.
Yeah, I noticed there was a lot of sound coming out of there, a lot of different kinds of sounds in just 3 players, but 3 great players. I think one of the things, too, that I found so exciting when, for instance, like when you had the sword scenes, the sword fights, the accompaniment that you chose for that with all the different instruments, what were you using with that?
Oh, well, actually, that's one of the instruments that we were using during that portion of the show was a brake drum. Now, a brake drum is from a car. It's a part of a car. But one of the interesting things about percussion is that really anything you can scrape, shake, or strike to make a sound can be a percussion instrument. So we found that the brake drum just made a great sound when you played it with sticks, and for that sword fighting section. So we used 3 different brake drums during the show, and all 3 of us are playing the different brake drums at the same time.
Yeah, that was great. It really added to the excitement of the scene.
Yeah, in fact, there's one portion of the show where we needed to create the effect of cannon shots, and we wound up doing is we have this large, bamboo wind chime, and we found that when we took the wind chimes and played it against the timpani, it made a great sound that sounded just like cannon shot. And our pit is set up kind of eye level with the audience, so you can watch the show, but then also off to the side you kind of see us creating a lot of these sound effects and during the show. So.
Yeah, it's great to have a chance to watch the musicians play and see what they do. It's very exciting to have that as part of the show. Now, I also noticed that you just released a cast recording of the show.
Yes, and we're really excited about that. It's a recording that we did right here at the theater, and it includes all the music from Treasure Island, in addition to music for the show Selfish Giant, which was performed this past fall, and we enjoyed it so much that we're actually going to bring it back this coming fall in September. So, and you'll see if you come to the show that we'll have these recordings available.
That's great. So you kind of get 2 shows for the price of 1.
Yes.
That's great. The only other thing I was wondering a little bit about, how long have you been playing percussion instruments? When did you start?
Well, I started when I was in grade school, and then and I just started playing at a local music shop, studying drum set. And as I kind of went through school, through junior high school, I started playing some timpani and some other instruments, and then high school more instruments, and into college. So I've been playing a long time.
That's great. So if there are some aspiring musicians out there, what do you suggest? They just get started and get going?
Absolutely, and because one of the interesting things about being a percussionist is that you never outgrow your instruments, and there are instruments that I've had when I started playing in high school. So as you kind of move along, you just kind of keep all your instruments and build up a collection.
I can tell you have quite a collection. Well, thank you so much, Michael. It was great talking with you, and I hope that everyone comes down to see Treasure Island because it's a great show.
No, thanks.